What up, YouTube? We're doing a collection update video. It's been a long time since I've done one, and I've been trying for the last hour and a half to get this done, but everything keeps getting in my way. So here we go. We're going to talk about the movies I got. First, I got to say, I did not pay a dime for any of these yet. I will be paying a dime for these, but I team up with Stabman because I have a very limited funds, and he does an order, say like from Arrow or Kino Lorber or Twilight Time, rest in peace. And I will, and now recently Vinegar Syndrome. He's on the Vinegar Syndrome bandwagon. Yes. Yeah. I do orders with him. He sends me the movies, and I pay him back in installments. Something that Arrow or Vinegar Syndrome, none of those companies allow me to do that. So. All right. So first up, the Kino sale, not last Kino sale, but Kino sale before. I want to say it's like a month and a half ago now. They have one every other month, it seems. And I started out. I grabbed the Dirt Bike Kid, which actually is slightly related. I got to have the double bill with the last movie we'll talk about in this pile things. Anyway, Kino Lorber, the Dirt Bike Kid. I think I've seen this. I'm pretty sure I've seen this back in the day, but it has been a very long time, and I cannot be sure. So, well, there you go. It's like $8. Next, my friend Cellular Terror told me about this, like, I don't know, 2 years ago. It's been on my wish list for a while. We got Lou Diamond Phillips in the first Power. In the plot, that sounds very similar to that Denzel Washington film, The Fallen. I haven't seen that either, but like in that one, like a demon is like possessing people, and it's like a serial killer or some shit. And so that's kind of similar to this. I don't know. I don't know how similar because I haven't seen it. Next, we got another Santa slasher, the only one I haven't seen yet, To All a Good Night. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I have yet to see it. I know about it. I've done some research. Next, this film was directed by. I'm going a little fast. Sorry, slow down here. The film was directed by Jake and Maggie Gyllenhaal's father, Stephen Gyllenhaal. I hear this is not a very good movie, but that cover is very evocative, though I'm sure none of it happens in the movie because that's how these things work. Next, or last from the Kino sale, I got a classic 1965 film starring Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. The Skull. I haven't seen it, but you know it's classic horror. I don't have a lot of classic horror in my collection. If it's before 1970s, I probably haven't seen it. I'm pretty sparse in those things. My ex and I watched a few things because she was super into that early horror stuff, but we stopped watching movies at some point, and so I haven't watched in a while. Hold on, 1 minute. It's been one frustrating night. My nose has not stopped running for the last 30 fucking minutes. And before that, my dad was outside with the dogs doing things and dogs barking, so I couldn't record anything. So it's like, can things stop getting in the way? Next, the final order from Twilight Time. It's sad that the company is going to go out of business now that one of the owners died. It's understandable. He was the one with the passion for the movies. And so we got this Mark Rydell film, Cinderella Liberty, which has been on my want list for a really long time now. I read a little bit about it, thought it was interesting, the plot. The concept was intriguing. So next, I got this just based on the blurb on the back, Melvin and Howard. I don't know anything about it. It's a Jonathan Demme film, though, so, you know, it's got a quality director behind it. Melvin and Howard. Two of the great filmmakers of the 1970s, Melvin and Howard, tells the mostly true story of Melvin Dummar, who picks up a cranky, injured desert rat, gives him a ride, and discovers years later the man may have been Howard Hughes. Jason Robards. See? Doesn't that sound fucking fascinating? So yeah. Jason Robards plays fucking potential Howard Hughes. I'm sold. Next, I got this based on the title and poster alone. Harry and Walter go to New York. I don't know a goddamn thing about it, but look at that. Look at that. It's James Caan and Elliot Gould. So, I mean, like, come on. Can't be that bad, right? I don't know anything about it. Next, a film that I have been wanting to see for a long time. There's also either a re-adaptation, if it was based on a book, I can't remember, or it's a remake in the early 2000s, which I haven't seen. This is the original film, Romeo is Bleeding, by Peter Mendak. Is that right? Medak, excuse me. I don't. The isolated score has some special effects in it, which is kind of a bummer. It's not a straight, clear, isolated score, but that'll be all right. Next, we got a Samuel Fuller film. I read his autobiography called A Third Face, which talks about like his time working in a newspaper, man. He like rode the fucking railroad. He went to war. I mean, like, he was part of the Big Red One. He did a movie called The Big Red One based on his adventures in war. His time in war. They weren't necessarily adventures. Yeah, Underworld USA. He talks briefly about this one. I've got a few of his films now. The ones from Criterion and a few others. I blow my nose again. Yay. Next, we got another Samuel Fuller film, Hell and High Water. Another one he talked briefly about in his book. I don't know anything about it other than what was briefly talked about, and all I need to know is that he directed it. Next, Ken Loach film called Fatherland. Like this traveling musician or whatever. I don't know anything about it other than it's like this oppressed musician or whatever. And I think it's a German film. I don't know, or a French film. It's a foreign film of some sort. It's an East German. Oh yeah, so he lives in East Germany, so that's why he's miserable. I'm kidding. Kind of. Next, we have a Walter Hill's like later films, Wild Bill, starring Jeff Bridges as Wild Bill Hickok. I hear it's not that great, but I still want to see it because, Walter Hill. Next, I don't really have a lot of Charles Bronson films, so when I saw this going for like $6, I was like, okay, sure. Charles Bronson with a gun on it, I'm sure it'll be all right. And then last from the Twilight Time order, I upgraded this Oliver Stone film, Talk Radio. This is a very good film about obsession and parasocial relationships and things like that to some degree. Mostly about the obsession. Very, very good movie. Next, I don't remember, this went on sale at some point. We got the Tom Baker season 7. I've seen it. I haven't watched this Blu-ray yet. And I have the other Tom Baker set, which I think was season 4 or something. Season 5. I can't remember. Or that's the first season. I can't remember how they number it. Next, Synapse Films had a new Steelbook come out. And just as right before it released, Cyber6 did a $50 donation to my stream. Thank you, Cyber6. And so I used that money to buy this, even though he told me to buy something nice to wear. Because I can't miss it. Because I was broke and I couldn't miss this Steelbook. I will still buy myself something nice to wear, I promise. Can't this month, I'm out of money. My meds cost almost 3/5 of my money and basically gobbled up my fun money and some of my food money. So I'm on a very tight budget this month. And we got The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, which has a less cool... I don't like this cover as much. I like this cover okay. But the cover I really like, and I wish it was on the slipcover actually, is this cover. Look at that. That's fucking badass. That is so fucking cool. And I'm very excited to see this movie. I had a chance to buy the Blu-ray at some point, and I turned it down for something else. And was it his third season? Was it season 3? Also, I couldn't. So sorry, everyone on YouTube. I'm talking to someone in the chat here on Twitch. Was that Tom Baker's season? The other season that was on Blu-ray? Because I got that one too. I both Tom Baker Blu-rays. Because of course I do. All right, next. There's an Arrow sale. And got a bunch of movies on friends' recommendations. First, my friend Stephanie on Twitter, Crawfish, she watched this right around the time the sale went live for me, and I was like, all right, this seems interesting. So I picked up The Visitor. That's kind of cool. Next, my friend Morgan, this is one of her favorite movies of all time, so I thought I'd finally get down and watch it, since They really liked it. She really likes it. And I really like her. She's a good friend. Next, my friend Megan, who I watch movies with every other week, convinced me to finally buy Phantom of the Paradise and see that. Especially since the Scream Factor went out of print. And then we got DEFCON 4. This is my upgrade for my DVD copy. I can finally get rid of the double feature that has Hell Comes to Frogtown and DEFCON 4. It's funny, I had Hell Comes to Frogtown on that double feature first. And then I bought the triple feature with Grunt and I Like to Hurt People also with Hell Comes to Frogtown. And then I bought the Arrow Blu-ray that's limited to 1,000 pieces. Not the re-release, got the original release. And then I got the new split box from Vinegar Syndrome. So I really love Hell Comes to Frogtown. They released season 12, his first season, and season 14, his third season. Oh, I still need season 3 then. So I have season 1 and I have his final season now. So I have season 12 and season 18. Then the thing I picked up for myself, because I just was curious, I thought this was a limited edition one, but it was not. It's his Blood Hunger, the films of Jose Larraz, Vampires and Whirlpool, and The Coming of Sin. Also, the movie's called The Dilation of the Bitch. So, of course, I flipped the cover when I found out there is an alternate cover for Violation of the Bitch. I was like, okay, that's a provocative title. Whoa, evocative? No, it's more provocative, I think. Alright. Next, we got the slipcover for our copy of Evils of the Night, which has this awesome Millennium Falcon. Alien vampires have just landed from outer space in search of one substance they need to survive: teenage blood. So yeah, I already had the Blu-ray, so I just bought the slipcover. So every halfway to Black Sale, every major sale, there's 2 sales a year: the halfway to Black Friday sale, and both those sales they release slipcovers for previous titles that didn't have slipcovers. Because they generally now release titles with slipcovers as a limited edition. And so I love Evils of the Night. So when I saw that they had a slipcover for it, I was like, bought. Next up, a title I've been meaning to pick up, and I just decided this is the time to get it. We got Punk Vacation, which neither has a vacation nor any punks in it, apparently. So this is how it was normally released. And they released a special slipcover later. And I, of course, bought both of them at the same time because I hadn't seen it before. Alright, next. Vinegar Syndrome archive title of Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, which I have to cover the titties for. And then here's the other cover, which I also have to cover the titties on. This is not a movie I'd normally get, I would say. But I've not missed a single Vinegar Syndrome archive title, and I don't plan to. So I prioritized getting these 2 titles first. I also got Evil Town. So I did an order of a few titles separately. These are the ones I ordered through Staldman. And I got Evil Town, which was the only one I was missing previously. So now I have all the Vinegar Syndrome archive titles. We get LA Wars, which is a film done by some people who worked previously for PM Entertainment. So it's a bunch of balls-to-the-wall action. And finally, to come back around to Dirt Bike Kid, the double feature I plan to do with it, I got the limited edition of Rad, y'all. Look at that. Beautiful cover. I haven't seen this in like 25 years or something. And my slipcover came scuffed. See that? We can all blame Staldman for that. That's Staldman's fault. You motherfucker. So yeah, it's the 4K release. I don't really do 4Ks, but you know, I wanted the slipcover and decided the 4K release had more copies still in stock, so I went with that one. Blu-ray too, so you know I can watch it still. So yeah, that's everything, y'all. Oh, about the Vinegar Syndrome titles, they also come hand numbered on top, so that's kind of cool. 1,116 out of 4,000 pieces. 116 of 3,000 pieces. So there you go, YouTube. There's everything. See you next time.